Christmas tree lights burn in the daytime and the sun shines bright in the valley below. Wind cuts through you like memories to her, and the words just simple, got no place to go.
Malcolm, I always feel like with your songs, as long as I've been aware of your music, that you're such a great storyteller, but you have this real knack for taking a story and then distilling it down into, you know, 3 or 4 minutes of a song. Do you hear the songs that way? Like, do you start out with a whole story in mind and then somehow break it down?
No, I'm not. That takes too much thought into it. Hang around the barbershop long enough to get a haircut, but there's a lot of people that are really good writers. One being David Olney, and he's a very dear friend and a mentor. And people that Leonard Cohen, Townes Van Zandt, in our generation that are real songwriters. So I don't know how to comment on that.
What's done has been done in different positions. They serve us a while, soon tossed by the way. Blood of my past still runs warm and tender. Words of December got no place to go.
What's your experience from being part of recording this group of songs and then playing them? You know, how has that changed your relationship to them, or, you know, how are you feeling that people are responding to them?
That's a wonderful question. Well, this record is a little different than, you know, like Malcolm said, there's no formula to any part of this, you know, our expression or whatever, but, you know, you try something different each time. And this particular record, we were fortunate to be able to have Malcolm cut his parts here and the hills there in Swannanoa, and then, you know, we brought some of the tracks to Tulsa, and like he said, had some Tulsa, Oklahoma musicians play on it. But, you know, that's a record is its own entity, and that kind of takes a life of its own on. And then, you know, we get live, and that's the beautiful thing about live is just being able to, you know, feel out the moment, and they kind of take a life. The songs take a life of their own each time I feel like we play them.
I was in Ireland back in March, and I was walking down the street in Dublin, and I saw a poster for your show.
Oh, okay.
So you played there right after I was there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I was just curious about your experience of playing in Europe. Do you enjoy it?
Oh, I love it, man. I'm glad to be anywhere. Praise the good Lord, and a lot of nice people over there, and it's interesting how people can mostly get along, and hopefully all kinds of music, if it's salsa or bluegrass or contra dancing or dulce doing, that it bridges some gaps between people, you know, of any culture.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think we all agree with that. You know, whether you're from Rochester, New York, or Tulsa, or Washington, D.C., or Dublin, that maybe at the end of the day, that some kind of common thread, if it isn't just common decency, that could kind of embalm us and entwine us a little closer, then that's a good thing.
They serve us a while, so tossed by the wind. Blood of my past still runs warm and tender. And the words of December got no place to go.
you go.